it's your girl, Z, from TransVoiceLessons.com, and today I am going to be answering some questions from my patrons. So let's get started. So Rachel writes, what's my guilty pleasure? I'm going to have to go with pickles on this one. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a pickle fiend. And I don't say that proudly, it's actually a little bad. I go through jars very frequently, and sometimes I leave the jars sitting in my room, which is really, really gross, and that's why it's my guilty pleasure. When I was 5 years old, my mom bought me a pickle at a public pool in Rockville, Indiana, from the concession stand. And it costed 50 cents, and it was a whole deal. And I bit into it, and I immediately fell in love, and I've been in love with pickles ever since. That's my guilty pleasure. So Hannah writes, do I have any hobbies outside of sound-related things? Yes, I do. I love to paint, although not very well. Here are some of my digital paintings. I love to do 3D animation. Here are some of my frames. I love to build like infographics for students and stuff like that, both like music theory and voice. I absolutely love video games, particularly Super Smash Bros. Melee. And I like to dance, and I enjoy writing. I enjoy working out, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks. So Jackie Lynn says, what's your favorite hot sauce? So I'm gonna have to go super generic on this one and say Frank's Classic Hot Sauce. Only because I love wings so much, and it's just burned into my brain as being like the wing flavor, you know? But I do love other hot sauces. I recently had this black garlic Carolina Reaper sauce that was really good. I have this sauce in my fridge right now called Antidote, which is really good. I would love to try more sauces, but I'm getting to that. But I really do love spicy food. Snuggle writes, question, is it difficult or painful to keep using your voice day to day? No, it should never be painful. Otherwise, it's unsustainable. Rose writes, with your voice videos, do you have an overarching personal goal that you want to accomplish? Yes, I do. So I personally view voice alteration as a huge possibility to help change the world in a positive way with. I think it goes beyond trans voice. I want to learn how to do absolutely every modification of the voice possible, and then I want to try and distill that down into efficient pedagogical technology in order to allow anyone to change their voice. I think that so many people's lives can be improved with voice alteration. I think that we can use voice alteration to heal social wounds, to heal psychological wounds, to actually have medical and skin benefits. I think we can use voice alteration to help people who are born with physical deformities of the vocal tract and of the mouth and the jaw so that they can integrate better into society. I think that voice can be used, and voice alteration can be used for cosmetic purposes so people can feel more comfortable in their body. Maybe some guys want to sound more masculine, maybe some girls want to sound more feminine, etc. I view it also as a powerful educational tool, and I also view it as a powerful tool for privacy. We are fast approaching a world, if not already there for sure, where the global governments spy on everybody. So I personally believe that in the future, moving forward, we will see an increased demand in the ability to alter one's voice for the sake of privacy. So I just personally view this to be an incredibly beneficial thing to humanity that nobody seems to be doing. And I see the potential for it, and I see the meaning for it, and that's what I want to do. So the overarching goal of my videos that I want to accomplish is to help people. I want to help anybody who wants to change their voice, because a lot more people want to change their voice than what most people think. And we are basically taught, and we basically grow up thinking that our voice is some innate expression of who we are, when in reality it's nothing more than a habit that you fell into when you were a child. And I think that there can be so much global good that is done through the process of voice alteration, and I want to help people realize that good. Okay, so Kai writes, have you ever trolled someone or used your man voice as a party trick? Yeah, definitely. So, I do it in all sorts of directions. I like to go into Discord servers and I like to pretend that I'm like female to male, or I'll tell them I'm female to male to female to male, right? And I'm like working on a guy voice. And after they hear my voice for a while, they're like 100% sold. It's like, I'm like biologically female. And so, of course, transphobes are always like, you'll never be a man, you'll never be male, blah, 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 blah. Because they're like trying to attack me. But little do they know that I actually just turn it around on them and I don't know. So, but there was this one time where I went into a server and I tried to tell everybody I was a boy and they wouldn't believe me. And I literally tried my absolute hardest and did my best guy voice possible and they still didn't believe me. So, and then let's see. Sometimes when I'm in Uber rides, they'll like ask me like what my job is and stuff and I'll tell them and then they'll be like, oh, so you're a girl and you teach voice alteration. Like, can you sound like a man? And so I'll do that sometimes. But in typical social situations, no, I never show anybody my man voice because it's kind of gross for me. But in like passing situations where I'll never see the person again, sure. Amy says, I've been listening to your music on YouTube all day and I can't get enough. So amazing. You've rekindled my long lost desire to pursue composition. That's amazing. Thank you. How do I get to study music composition with you? You can just send me an email at transvoicelessons@gmail.com. My assistant will take care of it for you. Now, music composition lessons with me are somewhat of a scarcity these days because I have so many students that I'm working with voice. But I would love to take you on as a composition student and it would be really great. So just message me. How did people react to you the first time they saw you fully transitioned since pre-HRT? Well, I haven't been home in a long time, so I will know soon when I go to my 10-year class reunion. But the times that I were there, I was a year HRT, and I think I had okay progress, but I personally don't think I was like that good in terms of my passing and, that kind of stuff. But still, everybody seemed to respond to me really positively. I was accepted by some people, condemned by a few people in my old town. I don't really care about the haters. But these days, all the people who bullied me when I was younger, now they try to slide into my DMs. So, I don't know. Lynn writes, do I consider myself in broad terms to be more introverted or extroverted? And how has that affected my experience in general? What is your MBTI? Okay, so I've taken the test thing before. I don't know if I believe in it or whatever, but I am an INTP, or at least I used to be, but I used to identify so hard as an introvert, and then as time has passed and my transition has gotten further along, people identify me as an extrovert now, which is crazy because I feel like ultimately I'm like introverted, but I think I'm an extrovert now. And now when I take it, it says ENTP. So do I identify with that? Maybe not that test, but when I read about those, definitely sounds like me. I'm a thinker. I'm very sort of just analytical and systematic, and I love to create models and just build structures in my own brain, And I don't identify as an introvert anymore, but I kind of feel like I was one for all my life, so it must be that way. In terms of the way that it's affected my experience through life, I was extremely withdrawn, and I think my introversion was a huge benefit during my years coming up. I basically would spend anywhere between 8 to 16 hours a day making music composition, or playing, or studying in school. And so I feel like when I would finish school, I wouldn't hang out with people. I would go straight home, straight to my studio, put the headphones on, turn the monitors up, whatever, sit at the piano, and I would just grind, And I think that if I were an extrovert, I would have had a lot more distractions like I do now.